everybody. We are on our last day of our trip to California, and we are coming from San Diego today. And I decided to do my usual thing. I like to come up from San Diego and stop at the Golden Acorn Casino. We stay here, have a bite to eat, play around a little bit, come back out to the motorhome when it gets dark, about 8:30, hit the sack, get up early in the morning and make it all the way to Phoenix. We can usually get into Phoenix by 9 o'clock before it gets hot. That's why I like to do this. So we've had a lot of fun on our trip to California. I'll tell you all about it when we get back. I'll include how much we spent on gas, which may surprise you, and how much we spent on food and stuff, and kind of give you an idea of just how much it costs to do a week and a half. Well, actually, it's about 10 days in California. So if you like this kind of video and you like this, please hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that little bell on the side so you'll be notified when I put on more videos in the future. So let's take a look at Golden Acorn Casino.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
Well, we do everything we can to hang out in San Diego until the last possible minute, which is usually around 4 p.m. And then we start heading up the freeway. And that puts us at the Golden Acorn at about 5:30 p.m. or a good time for dinner time.
Just barely moved off my pole, so.
Now this part of the freeway up here on I-8, this is kind of the summit. So you're at about 4,200 feet, and it's a little cooler up here. So even if it's hot, like in Phoenix, it might get hot up here in the daytime. It might get up in 85, 90, but it does cool down here at night, which makes it a nice pit stop. I really like it to stop here and then get up the next morning. It's like 60 degrees in the morning, head down the hill, and then get back to Phoenix about 9, 10 o'clock. It always works out really well. I don't like to travel across the desert in the heat. Nope, nope, nope. Especially on tires. It's so hard on tires.
2 miles.
And this time of year, when you're driving down the highway and the freeways, I tell you what, they're off the side of the road are tire bones everywhere. It's just a sign right there. When you start seeing those tire bones on the freeway off on the side, that tells you, hey, be careful, take your time, check your tires and everything, because the heat is just super, super hard on tires. Here it is, Crestwood Summit, 4,181 feet. Golden Acorn is just ahead. We were a little bit worried because they had some fires just on the other side of the Golden Acorn. And when we got there, they still had some firefighters there. They had a couple of paramedics and stuff still based in the parking lot. When a couple of days before this, they had a real bad brush fire, and they used the Golden Acorn Casino as a base station. And they had a helicopter fly in while we were there, but basically I think when we got there it was winding down, so there wasn't really a lot of people in the parking lot. They were just clearing everything out, so we were kind of happy about that. We were afraid there might be like a large group of people. They were using the Golden Acorn as a base station, but also as an evacuation point for people who had been camping or lived in the area where the brush fire was. It's also one of the best places to get gas between San Diego and Yuma. Don't get gas in El Centro unless you absolutely have to. Gas here was about $4.30 a gallon, I think it was saying up on the sign. If you wait until El Centro and between, if you wait until later, like in El Centro, you're going to pay about $5 a gallon, maybe more. So just keep that in mind. And I'm kind of lucky because I have a large gas tank on the RV, so I can fill it up. I have about 57 gallons tank, so I have a long cruising range. So I always try to keep it topped off as much as I can. You can go off to the right, that's up to the gas station, or you can continue here on the left and go around. That takes you to the main parking lot. When you do get up here, I suggest you go in, if you want to stay the night, find a spot at the far west side of the parking lot. It's a little darker. They did have it blocked off for the for the fire units and stuff, but like I said, they were winding everything down. You might even see a couple of fire units in here as we're traveling around here in the parking lot. But I suggest just going in and talking to security, let them know you're out there. They have nightly security that drives around, so that's nice. And they were pretty cool about it. We are finishing up our trip with a stop over here at the Golden Acorn Casino. Kind of about 60, I don't even think it's maybe 55, 60 miles east of San Diego. And we always like to come here, and it's a good place to get gas because it's one of the cheapest gas spots. Plus you can get the $14.99 prime rib meal deal. Ooh, I'll show you that. It was good. My mouth has been watering for the prime rib for quite some time. And the sun is going down. It's probably about 75 degrees, or maybe a little warmer than that, but it just feels nice. It's going to cool down to about 60 tonight. We'll get up early in the morning and hit the road and head back to Phoenix. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Catch you later. Now let me leave you with this beautiful sunset right here. I just missed it because we just got out of the restaurant. Oh, that was good. Hey everybody, it's Dave here, Holiday for Two. And I promised I was going to do this, so I'm going to just do this real quickly. I promised that I was going to give everybody a breakdown just how much it cost to complete our California beach road trip. And I think I was surprised, and I think it'll be a surprise to you on how much it all costs. So I broke it down into three categories. The campground costs of how much to reserve our campsites, how much the food costs that we brought with us on the trip and ate, and of course gas. So those three things, let's go ahead and go through those and start with our campground fees. Now we had campground fees for 5 campgrounds. Bonelli Bluffs was our first stop, then we did Point Magoo or Thornhill Broom, then Doheny, San Onofre, and finally Sweetwater Campground in San Diego Reservoir. I think it was Sweetwater Reservoir. And so those totaled up to Bonelli Bluffs was really kind of expensive for one night. That was $87 for one night. Thornhill Broom was 3 nights for $113. Doheny State Beach was $55.99, so I rounded it up to $56 because I I believe there's like an $8 reservation fee when you reserve campsites through the California website, California Park website. San Onofre was $98, and that also included an $8 reservation fee. Sweetwater was $65 for 2 nights. That's really reasonable for San Diego. I really like that. So it comes out to $32 a night, and with hookups. So wow, Sweetwater is a really great deal for San Diego. So just throwing that out there. A total of $330 for campsites. Next is our food. Now, when we started the trip, we packed food from our refrigerator in the house. And a lot of you will do this too. You grab ketchup, mustard, bread, make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We made a few tuna salad sandwiches, chicken salad sandwiches, because when you're on the road and you're traveling, there's nothing better than just grab a sandwich out of the fridge and eat it while you're driving, rather than having to pull over at a restaurant, right? We also had some soda pop and teas and water already with us. So I'm going to throw in another $75 just to add to my total here. But we did stop at a couple of places along the trip. We stopped at some Costco. I know we got pizza one day. We got a nice big pizza. We stopped at Smart and Final, Ralph's, and we also had dinner at the Golden Acorn Casino on the last night coming back. And I know there were a couple times when I went in and got ice, so I'm going to throw in an extra $15. So the total of that is $181 plus $75. So the food total, the food that we bought on the trip, plus starting off with $75, taking into account the amount of food we brought with us to start off with, of $75. I'm just going to throw that figure out there. It's a total of $256. So $256 for food. And finally, gasoline. This is probably the surprising. I'm looking at this, and the gasoline was the second biggest expense. So the campsites were actually the biggest expense. We got gas in Phoenix with our Fry's fuel points. This is where you save a lot of money. So before we even leave the valley, I filled up at our Fry's fuel station, and I took on I want to say about 14 or 15 gallons to fill it up to the top, and it was about $41.29. So I did include that starting off in there. Then we stopped at Tom Wells Road near Ehrenberg. That was $37. I rounded up to $38. Indio, I did buy about 5 gallons of gas at the little gas station there coming down Indio. Costco, Montclair, $54. Took on 12 gallons there. Dana Point, I took on 15 gallons for $70. That was the most expensive day. That was a lot of miles we traveled between Montclair and Dana Point, so that was a long trip right there. Plus freeway traffic. And then San Diego, I got Costco gas there on the way down from after we left San Onofre and went down to San Diego. That was 8.7 gallons for $38. And then finally on the way back, I stopped at Fry's in Yuma and I used my Fry's fuel points and got another discount and got 19 gallons of gas at $56. Total $322. I just rounded it up. Now, adding in the 75 that I didn't include on this, our total for the whole trip, are you ready? Drum roll. This is surprising. Our total was $888 for the whole trip. That's a week and a half in California on the beach, gas, lodging, and food. $888. That's just under $890. Well under $1,000. Now, if you were a family of 4 and you wanted to go to California for 3 days, or let's say 3 nights and 4 days, and you want to take your family to a place like Disneyland, just getting into Disneyland for 2 days with a family of 4, that's going to be a lot of money, plus your hotels, plus food, eating out in restaurants. You see where I'm going? It is save so much money if you have an RV and you can travel this way. I think that's my 2 cents worth. Thought I would share that with you. So the total cost for our whole trip was $888. And we had a blast. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something from this, because I sure did. This is Dave saying have a great day, safe travels. Come back again. We'll show you our next trip. Bye.